Hello, this is Karia again, and I have another video for you today. Today I will be doing something different and interesting. I am going to be showing you how to cut paper to get these nice deckled edges. Is it deckled or beckled? I think it's deckled. To get these nice deckled edges that you see here. And this is super easy, and all you need is a bone folder, and that's pretty much it. So now before we get started, I do want to talk about why I ended up getting paper, and I'm going to cut to in a minute to a clip of me showing you the big sheet that I got, that I cut this from. Basically what happened is I really like this paper for water soluble pencils. I like this paper for Inktense. I like this paper for water soluble pencil, and I have been using it a little bit recently. This was done, you guys have seen this before. This was done here with probably adblocker. This is water soluble graphite. However, this paper, it is 100% cotton, but it's sold basically only in pads or in huge giant sheets. But I wanted to put it in blocks, and I wanted to have it as loose sheets sometimes, for various reasons. I also got into watercolor, and so this is the paper that I have been getting for watercolor, and I've been getting this paper pretty much like this in these predetermined sizes. But again, they come in predetermined sizes, and I've basically been getting this because it's 100% cotton, it's watercolor paper, and it's relatively affordable. This little pack of 25 sheets is usually under $7 at Blick Art Supplies, as well as usually around $7, sometimes $7.11 at Amazon.com, and that's pretty affordable. But I wanted again to try it in different sizes than it comes in. I wanted to try Arches paper. Now, you guys know, because I do reviews, I end up buying a lot of stuff, and also because I'm a little bit harebrained, I don't always have records of what I bought, so sometimes I would end up buying stuff and I already had it, but that's me being silly. So I ended up returning a bunch of stuff that I got to get this Arches watercolor block, and I kid you not, this is, what is it, 20 sheets, and it was $30. And it's so expensive that when I tried to use it, I got so nervous. I used too much color. I did basically everything wrong with this one, and I just wasn't comfortable using it, but I still wanted to practice with it. And so I was unsure about what to do. And then I was messing around the Blick Art Supplies website, and they were selling individual sheets of this Arches paper, as well as this paper and this paper. You could buy them in individual sheets in addition to buying them in the various size pads, but the individual sheets are ginormous. And right now I'm going to cut to the video with me showing you the individual sheets and how big they are when they come. All right, this is me. Ignore the recycling. There's a lot of recycling on the side. Ignore the recycling. So this is me showing you the full size of the sheets. So what I brought was, these are full size sheets, and the size is 22 inches by 30 inches. That's the size of the full-size sheet. Now, Strathmore, I like this paper for colored pencil work, but Strathmore does not sell 5x7 pads or blocks. So are sold so often by so many companies because you can cut them down to the size that you want. You can also get things in rolls, but then in rolls you have to get the rolling out, and I'd rather just get the sheets. Okay, so now you see how big those sheets are, and I wanted to cut them down to be able to choose my size. This is a really small size, and this is a sort of an in-between. This is close to 8x10, and this is, so because this is an 8x10, it is a good size, but if I wanted to cut it down one more time, I could do that. And as I was cutting it down, I wasn't using scissors. I was using a bone folder to get these nice deckeled edge. I want to say deckled. I feel like it's deckled. You know what? By the time this video publishes, I will have looked it up and figured out and gone to a pronunciation guide and figure out which one it is. So, so how did I do it? How did I get these relatively clean cuts? Let me see if I can show you. if I can show you the crinkled edges of all the various sizes that I got in the cuts. You can see the crinkled edges and you can see the cuts. This is the Arches paper and this is the mixed media paper. You can see the mixed media paper is much lighter, but the mixed media paper once again is here so I can put it in blocks, so I can do whatever it is that I want to do with the mixed media. How did I do it? So if you can imagine a giant sheet. So you saw previously how big the sheets are, and I folded it over. Now this is the Arches paper. If you guys want me to show you with the other paper, I can show you with the other paper too, but I thought I would show you just with the Arches paper because this is 140-pound Arches paper. So what I did is I get to the corner to try to get it as even as possible, and then I took one of these little binder clips. You don't need to use a binder clip, but I found that a binder clip really helped, and it's a little nerve-wracking because the paper is kind of expensive, as I said, even though it's, you know, $3.48 a sheet, and that's for the 16 by 20 size, and that's a good size because then if it's in the 16 by 20 size, you don't have to pay like extra shipping, and you don't have to buy like 10 sheets. You only can buy the one sheet, and the mixed media paper, I think it came in the larger sheets, but that came in a 4-pack, so I only paid the base price. Okay, so anyway, so I have this, and this is a bone folder, and you can get these in various sizes. But they all are pretty much the same. Now this one I believe is real bone, but anyway, so you can get these if you are not into, you know, animal byproducts. You can get a plastic bone folder or a synthetic bone folder, so you don't have to get a genuine bone folder, but I you know, I was very happy with this. So now what you do is, there's different ways of doing it, but what I found myself doing, it was just starting in the corner and just going very carefully. And you can see, hold, there you go. And you fold it. You use a bone folder, and I use this bone folder pretty intensely to just get in there. So, and then this is where you have your choices. If you want it to be very beckled, you would do the cut with the bone folder. Again, we're not using scissors, we're just using the bone folder, but I wanted the cut to be a little bit smoother. So then what I did is very carefully, right along the same. The other reason for using the clip instead of my fingers is that the clip helps me to touch the paper as little as possible. All right. Fold it over again. That's, again, this is me. You don't have to fold it over this many times, but I found that doing it 3 times gave me the perfect amount of, you know. Okay, so then this is the magic trick. In your bone folder, you'll see that there's a section that's blunt, but there's also a section that's, I mean, it's a little on the sharp side, and that's this little magic section right here, and then it gets a little bit blunt again. So using this magic section, what you're going to do is you hold it down, and as you go, it's going to just cut that like it was, and you just have to be a little bit careful, but it'll just cut that out, and there you go. Now you've made your sheet to your size, and then you can keep folding it over and cutting it. You don't have to fold it over. You can fold it in whatever dimensions you want to cut your sheet, and you can keep doing this over and over. This will work the same. Now I don't have any 300-pound watercolor paper because I have no need for it, and because it's super expensive, but I'm not sure if this would work with 300-pound watercolor paper, but this is 140-pound paper, and it works just fine with 140-pound paper and just your bone folder. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you once again to the patrons who make these videos possible. If you like the channel and you like what I do, head on over to Patreon and consider becoming a patron. And I think that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for a video of one of the cats as
because of that issue, but for gouache it worked perfect. Of course I'm going to keep this